fix my head. Okay, so team call Wednesday. It's August. We are well into the month. I just wanted to go over a couple like housekeeping items and then talk to you guys really fast about some really fun topics that have been buzzing through my brain lately that I just wanted to share with you. So first off, we have the Transform 20 Success Club push group happening on the 15th through the 31st. So I posted about this on the page yesterday, but basically I'm going to be running it with Amy Silverman and a couple of the other leaders, multiple Star Diamond leaders on Team Sarah Soul on Fire. And you're going to get mentored by us like for 2 weeks straight. Every single day we're going to have some great trainings and just motivational stuff in there, but it's really a group so that you can all really hit Success Club and move your business forward this month. And it's really about just beating your best, kind of like how the theme was last month in July, but in August, because Transform 20, Shanti's new program, is coming out in December for pre-sale, and they're going to be allowing a couple different tiers of coaches into the test group before it hits the shelves. So being in a corporate test group is a really, really big deal. And obviously, you know, if it's not a goal of yours, then don't worry about it. But test groups are honestly where your business can just catapult into the stratosphere. Because you get to try a program before anyone else, you get to share bits and pieces about it, but you're able to create all this hype too. And then also you're able to build on what the program is and get results before it even starts. So you're going to be able to speak to it a lot better. Granted, the top coaches in the company are normally the only people who get invited to be in the corporate test groups. So by them opening it up to brand new coaches, current diamond coaches, and star diamond and above coaches based off of specific criteria, it's really awesome. So it's in the FAQ that I posted. I won't go over the specific details, but I will say that if you are a brand new coach and they're going to be going off of Success Club points, if you're a diamond coach or below, you're going to have to hit probably like Success Club 100 to be considered for the test group, because they're only opening up, I think, 20 or 40 spots total, or I think 60 total between the two groups for the whole company. So in order to get into that group, because people get really competitive when it comes to stuff, especially Shanti, because he's like the OG trainer, people get really excited. So you're going to have to probably hit Success Club 100. Now you might be thinking to yourself, oh my gosh, I haven't even hit Success Club 10 yet. Like, how am I supposed to hit Success Club 100? Not the point. The point is for you to push like you need to hit Success Club 100 and let the chips fall wherever they do, okay? You just need to work like you need to hit it Success Club 100, okay? That's the point. That's like the gold nugget in everything. You know, not to say that you can't get into the group, because you absolutely can have a shot, but it's really about just pushing forward and having something that excites you enough to work towards, like a goal that we all, you know, we all should be motivated by our goals. So I'm going to go ahead and just, I'm going to mute everyone really fast. I forgot to do that. Alrighty, but yeah, so it's just like a goal. Okay, so it all comes down to what's going to really motivate you. I know personally, like Shanti is he's my man. He's my man. He's amazing. And I will say that Insanity Max 30 is the program that got me the absolute best results in my entire freaking life, like a year and a half ago. So I'm really excited. People love and know him. It's going to be a 20-minute long program. So, you know, the more hype you're able to build up about this as we move into the later parts of the year, the better. So it's really going to be a great group to push for. Now, the group itself, in order to get in, you're going to have at least one Success Club point on the board before the 15th. So I'm just looking at the calendar really fast. You'll have to wake up on Thursday, the 16th, and have a Success Club point for that pay week in order to get into this exclusive push group. So obviously, if you've got some big business goals this month, if you want to hit Success Club and that's your main focus, you should already have a Success Club point on the board since it's halfway through the month anyways. So make sure that if you don't have that you're pushing for it and you're doing the daily vital activities. With that being said, I did add the accountability post at the top of the group page, so just make sure that you continue to comment on that, do the daily vitals, do the 5 to Thrive. It's really easy. It takes like 60 minutes at the very most. That's if you really like start from scratch and don't have a list or an agenda prepared. And it's honestly designed to move your business forward so that you can hit Success Lab. So if you do all that, you're going to be in a really good spot to be in this group, and you're going to be in an even better position to go Emerald and hit Success Lab this month. Alrighty, yay! Secondly, the thing that I wanted to talk about is Success Lab points are really, really important, not only for advancing your business and for obviously qualifying for, you know, certain bonus programs and things like that, but I want to congratulate Callie because she just popped on the call because she got invited to the Success Lab trip for next year. And that is how you get invited to trips like that. So if you saw her post on the team page and you thought, oh my gosh, how do I get on this trip list? Like, I want to go on a free vacation that Beachbody pays for. It's super easy. Just hit Success Lab 5 every single month consistently, and you're going to pretty much guarantee a spot on that call. Success Lab 10 or above, it's in the bag. They invite the top 100 Success Lab point earners automatically every single year for the following year. So the top 100 Success Lab point earners in the entire company, you know, regardless of your rank, you're going to get an invite for 2020 based off of what your activity is like this year, okay? So they also get an automatic invite if you're an elite coach, if you're a premier coach, if you're a Success Lab 5 all-star, all right? So hitting Success Lab 5 for 12 months in a row, you're going to get an invite for that also. And that's like, you know, you should be doing that anyways because it's your business and it's the bare minimum. So things like that, you're going to get an automatic invite for too. So there's a lot of really great ways to do that, like I mentioned, and they give you a certain amount of trip dollars every single month based off of your Success Lab points. I earned my whole trip by like April this year. Okay, so they have a couple different promotions that go on in the beginning of the year that double your dollars and things like that, but you could start earning trip dollars as soon as the year starts too. So whether or not you're on the wait list, like get on the wait list because you're gonna retroactively count all of your past Success Lab points for the trip dollars. So if you do go on the trip, then you'll already have some of it paid for, okay? There's more information on that if you just go to Success Lab trips, like Beachbody, Google it. I posted this site on the team page too, but oh my gosh, these trips are so fun. Like, they are so fun. They will change your life. Like, it's the best week you're ever gonna spend. Every single trip I've been on to so far, it's like you're in luxury town. Luxury town. Like the suite that we got last year was like legit $650 a night if we were paying out of pocket. And we just had to pay to get ourselves to Mexico in April. You know, you get a spa, you get spa credits, you get drinks included, foods included, room service, turn down service. They throw amazing fun parties. They have all these things going on. They have the super trainers there and they do, you know, smaller, more intimate style workouts also with you. And you get to actually hang out with them around the pool and at the beach and you know, mingle with the corporate, you know, people. It's so fun. So please, if it's not on your vision board yet and you like traveling and you don't want to spend a lot of money out of pocket, put this on your vision board. You will thank yourself when you're sitting on the beach with me, you know, next year, the year after that, sipping a Mai Tai or whatever, or sparkling water, if that's more your style. Like, it is so fun. And all I could think about in April was like, I can't wait to have more people on the team be here with me because it's awesome, okay? So you all can do it. I totally believe in you. Next thing that I want to talk to you guys about is recruiting. Okay, so we're going through a couple housekeeping items, and I promise I'm going to get to like my actual part that I want to talk to you guys about. Recruiting is a big, big deal, okay? So you got to build your team with this, and by proxy, you're going to earn Success Lab points anyways as you recruit, but pardon me. Oh, I really need to close my door. I think that the smoke from all the fires is making me have like a crazy headache. But anyways, God, it's so weird. Oh, my head's like pounding. Recruiting is really important, okay? That's how you build your business, is how you rank up also. So if you're looking at diamonds, you got to recruit more. And as you get better at it, you know, it's really going to help move your business forward. So I've been taking a really good look at some of the tools we've been using as a team. and figuring out like what's working, what isn't, where we need to change. Because here's the thing with the business. Things are always changing, okay? As you can't ever get complacent with the way that you're doing things as a coach. Like what worked 3 years ago doesn't work as effectively anymore because Facebook's changed, Instagram's changed, you know, times are moving forward. There's different features and things like that. People have shorter attention spans. There's different mediums that people like to consume content on, like Instagram stories, okay? That wasn't around 3 years ago. So as things change, as you start to get ramped up with doing things a certain way with your business, chances are you're gonna have to change and pivot things. And that's just part of being a leader and being a business owner, quite frankly. So change is a good thing. But I've been taking a good look at what our recruiting numbers are like as a team, what mine are, what the leaders are, you know, kind of the average, and what we're doing as a team to pull in, you know, new faces and help new people start their business. And it's kind of low, and it's not a bad thing, but I have to say that I think it's because of our process, and I think that it's a little bit too complicated. So currently, we have our Coach Sneak Peek group that's run the last week or so of the month, and it's 3 days, you know, one video every single day with an accompanying post, okay? The videos are a little on the long side. They're like 10 to 15 minutes sometimes, and it's a lot of information. And, you know, for some coaches, the sneak peeks work really, really well, and for me, they did work well when I was doing them just by myself. But as a team, I think that it can get kind of confusing when you're a new coach and you're plugging someone into our sneak peek group and then they're hearing from people that they don't know at all. Like you kind of lose some of that personal connection there. That's something that, you know, I hadn't really thought about until today. Joey brought it up to me on one of our one-on-ones, and I thought that it was like, oh my gosh, yes, of course, duh. So what I want to do is bring the personal touch back into recruiting. And also you have to think about like your target audience, like who are you and how do you like to consume new content? How do you like to personally learn about new things? Are you a video person? Do you watch all the Facebook videos? Are you on YouTube all the time? Is that how you prefer to learn new information? Or are you more of a reader? Do you like to read information and parse through it at your own pace, you know, in quiet, in your mind? What kind of way do you like to consume info? If someone were to ask you to join a Coach Sneak Peek and, you know, watch a 10-minute long video 3 days in a row, would you do it? Would you do it on a weekend? Would you do it on a weekday? Would you read through a long post also? Is that your preferred method of consuming new information? If your answer is yes, then great. You can start your own Coach Sneak Peek by yourself. And I have to say that that is one of the best things that I ever could have done for myself when I decided to become a leader and take this business full throttle, because it basically made me responsible for getting people interested in the business. So when I took ownership and started running my own sneak peek, I changed the format and I was able to, you know, see what worked and what didn't work month after month, but I was in charge of filling it up. So that meant that I had to talk to a lot of people about coaching. And, you know, maybe it would be a week before my sneak peek was planned and I would be like, oh crap, I haven't talked to anybody about this yet. I need to get like at least 10, 15, 20 people in here. You bet your bottom dollar that I worked my booty off and got way more people interested in coaching because I needed to have an audience for my sneak peek group. So that is something that can be highly effective for you, especially if you've been coaching for a while, got your bearings straight, you know the information, and you feel comfortable talking about it. Even if you don't feel comfortable talking about it, you can run a sneak peek group if that's your preferred method of communicating about this and other information, and if your people would be interested in doing this, okay? And I want you to think about your ideal person, because you're gonna attract the people who like to do things, you know, the way that you like to do them, people that are like-minded, that have similar priorities or, you know, fit lives and schedules and things like that. My target market is really busy professional women, and doing a sneak peek in the way that we've been doing it honestly is not the best format for my target market. And here's the thing too, I don't watch videos. I don't like consuming video content, and the only time I will is if I'm bored and I'm doing dishes and I need to catch something like a training or something that just so happens to be a video or there's visuals. That's the only time I'll actually go out of my way to watch a video. I prefer to like listen audio, or I prefer to just have the information in front of me and read through it. That's how I like my info. So sneak peeks are not good for my target market, and I realize that, and that's not a bad thing either. So if sneak peeks don't seem like something that's going to work for you personally and you'd like to do something different, I have a solution for you that we are putting together. So the Diamond Leaders and myself are going to be putting together a super easy recruiting video. It's going to be about 15 minutes long, and it's going to pack in concisely in a really fun way all the information that we cover in a regular coach sneak peek into 15 minutes. So 3 minutes for each topic. It's going to be short, sweet. Someone can literally sit down on the toilet and watch the whole thing while they do their business, okay, in the morning or whatever. You know, it's so simple and easy to digest. It's not going to be this like, I need to check on this and comment this, blah, 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 okay? So that is going to be a new resource that I'm going to be rolling out to the team on the 15th. So make sure to look out for that. I'm going to do a full training on the process on how to do that and how to actually utilize the video in recruiting. There will be more to come in that area. Okay, I just wanted to tell you about that though, that we won't be doing a sneak peek as a group this month. However, I want to empower you to run your own if that's something that you really want to do. And you're going to learn so much about yourself too. Another thing that I want to talk to you guys about in that same note is you don't have to do things in a medium that doesn't speak to your target audience either. For instance, if getting on the phone like scares you and like you don't like talking on the phone and you're not good on the phone, then don't set up phone dates to talk to people about coaching with. Like if you want to do something totally different and just do something like, you know, on your own, if you don't like talking on the phone, don't feel like you have to talk on the phone. If you don't want to make a video by yourself and you're like, you have no idea where to start, then don't make a video quite yet. It's okay for you to use the resources out there or do things in a format that makes sense for you personally. I do want to make sure that you're challenging yourself though, and I always say step out of your comfort zone, because I used to be terrible at doing videos. I didn't like doing them. I felt really self-conscious. I wasn't sure how to speak to an audience, and if you were to go back on all of my old videos on Facebook and just like even the team trainings from like 2 years ago, you'll be able to see a really big difference. Practice really does make perfect. I will say though, to be successful, and if you have really big goals for this business, you're probably going to need to get well versed in doing a lot of different formats. But that's to come with time. Use the resources that we're producing as a team if you're a brand new coach. Lean into what's already been done for you so that you can just focus on getting good at the basics, because that's really just the name of the game, and then building that foundation so that you can move forward and grow on that. Alrighty, so yay, new recruiting process is going to be easy and so simple. Okay, I'm so excited. So more to come on that next week. So I want to get into the meat of the call. Let me get my notes out really fast. Where was my notes? Okay, so I want to talk to you guys about getting in our own way with conversations and sales, okay? Sales is something that makes the world go round. And I know that a lot of times as coaches, we're really tempted to say, oh, I'm not a salesperson. I just share about my journey. I'm just a cheerleader. I'm just a coach. Like, I just help people. I'm not a salesperson. Okay, I totally appreciate that statement, and I feel the same way too. But here's the deal. We're salespeople. We have things to sell, okay? All right, there's nothing wrong with that. Restaurants have things to sell. Servers are salespeople. The secretary that works at the business office that answers phone calls for like a VP, she's a salesperson too. All right, we're all salespeople. Okay, there's nothing wrong with that. So we need to get okay with the fact that we have something to sell to other people to help them. Okay, we're not like vacuum cleaner salesmen that come to your door and try to convince you to buy like a $5,000 vacuum cleaner. I had someone come to my door last summer for that and asked me if I wanted a free carpet cleaning to demo the vacuum, and I let them come in and do my carpet, and I didn't buy the vacuum, and I felt so bad, but I knew that that's what they were doing. Okay, we're not that. We are not that, okay? Beachbody On Demand trial is not that. But we have to be okay with the fact that we have a product that can change people's lives in the best of ways and impact them on so many levels, and that we are happy to connect them with, okay? there's that connection that is so, so, so important. And I think, and I like to call that sales with soul, okay? You're not just like a slimy salesperson. You are a salesperson with soul behind everything that you are offering as a coach, as your unique perspective as a coach and what you have to offer other people, okay? What I found is when we get into ruts with the business, or if you're having a hard time perhaps getting your business off to, you know, a productive start and hitting Success Club or going Emerald, doing those, you know, basic, you know, first time milestones, I have to ask you, like, how invested in your journey are you? Because your level of investment into your personal journey is going to dictate your level of success when selling and talking to other people, okay? It all ties together. So if you're doing the meal plan, you're following it, you're doing the workouts, you're not cheating yourself out of really great results, and you're staying on track like 85-90% of the time, and you're doing it open and honestly, and you're not, you know, shooting yourself in the foot and trying to convince yourself that you're doing more when you aren't, when you're being real with yourself, that's where people are going to, you know, really identify with you, and you're going to build rapport with them. You cannot ever ask someone to come along this journey with you if you aren't invested in it yourself. All right, if you're not drinking Shakeology or doing the performance mind, if you're not showing up to the workouts, if you're not plugged into a challenge group and actively participating in your challenge group, what are you doing? Can you actually ask someone to do this with you if you're not participating in the group yourself? Really think about that, because you know, it's one thing to not participate in a group because you're running your own and you're busy, but it's another thing to not participate in a group and ask someone else to do it with you when you aren't. Like, how is that ever going to connect on the back end? Because I know personally, when I don't connect with my group, I have a hard time telling people, oh yeah, you're gonna get plugged into this awesome group when I'm not doing it myself. Like, there's been times in my coach career that I've lost a little bit of track in terms of my own personal group that I'm engaged with. And I'll tell you what, it's much more difficult to connect with someone and have that confidence when you're not plugged into it, okay? So I hope you can really see where those two things connect. It's really, really important. The most fun and the most seamless and effortless time I've ever personally had in my business over the years is when I was deeply committed to the program that I was doing. I was so on track with the meal plan. I had this goal and my eyes on the prize. Like, I was ravenous to hit my goal. And I had just this 360, like, I'm doing the work, I feel good, I'm getting results, now I need to help other people do it too. When you have that, like, you know, square trifecta thing going on, magic happens, okay? When Live 4 came out in June, I was so freaking pumped up. I talked about it to everybody. It came through in my emails and my posts and my private conversations. It was freaking easy. It was easy to help people get started because I was so excited. And guess what happens in July? Energy goes down, shifts happen in my life, like, things like that change. It's ebbs and flows in the business. And guess what? Last month, it was a lot harder for me to get people on board with Live 4 because my mind was in different places. And even though I was doing the workouts and showing up, and I haven't missed a workout since, like, when your energy and when your confidence in things, you know, wavers, your personal results waver also with the business. And I'm just being totally frank and transparent with you guys, because things aren't always easy and fun for me either. Like, I go through the motions and I go through the ups and downs just as much as anybody does, no matter how long you've been coaching for. It doesn't ever get easier or go away. You just get better at handling it. And I will tell you right now that the way to handle that is to lean into the group, lean into the thing that you said that you were going to do and commit to, because that is what you have when it gets hard. And you can only ever rely on yourself anyways. So why not, you know, put all the bets in your court and just do the damn thing so that you can help better coach other people. Another thing that I want to talk about is your perspective when you are talking to people about coaching or the challenge groups, okay? I'm just going to be totally frank. If you think that Shakeology or the programs are expensive, and if you think that someone won't be able to afford it, or they won't want to pay that much for it before you even invite them, or if that's in the back of your mind when you are inviting them and you're worried about what they're going to think about the cost, you're shooting yourself in the foot before you even get started, girlfriend. And this used to happen to me all the time, like, because I thought to myself, oh my gosh, like, what if they think that Shakeology is too expensive? And I would get all like hyped up and like worried about it. And then it wouldn't even come up. And then my person that I was speaking with would be like, oh, okay, sign me up. And I'd be like, wow, I worried about that for nothing. But also, our thoughts go against, our beliefs sometimes too, because I have never once in my life thought that Shakeology was expensive, ever. Like, I didn't really think it was that expensive when I first signed up. I was skeptical because I'd never paid that much before, invested that much in my personal wellness every month. And I wasn't like a supplement, like getting outside nutrition out of my regular diet type of person. That was my objection in my mind. It wasn't ever the money though. I was always willing to invest in myself. So I have never perceived price as an issue when I talk to people about this. And the reason why is because it's only expensive if it doesn't work. And I know Shakeology works, dude. And with a money back guarantee within 30 days, there's no reason why people and their mothers and their fathers and their grandpas, like, there's no reason why people shouldn't be trying this and really seeing how it can benefit them. Okay, so I approach all my conversations with confidence, coming from a place of, yes, what I have is valuable, and yes, it definitely is a great investment. And it's an investment that I can stand behind, and I stand by every day when I put my superfood smoothie mix in the blender. I stand by my investment every single day. And I will fight tooth and nail, like, to show people that it really is the best investment that they can make in their health at all, like ever, all time. Okay, so when you approach your conversations with confidence, it's gonna radiate out, and people won't think that it's expensive if you explain why it's doing all these things that it is, why it's helping you, reduce your sugar cravings, or why it's helped so-and-so lose X amount of weight, and you show their before and after photo. When you paint this picture of value, people are gonna say, that's a great deal. Getting a fitness membership for literally like $100 a year plus a superfood smoothie mix that doubles as a healthy meal on the go or a really quick snack, and personal one-on-one coaching and a personal cheerleader and a community that has been specially curated by coaches who care about other people for $160, $170, $230, even if you get a deluxe challenge pack, that's a steal. Okay, that's what people should be saying, and that's the mentality that you need to bring to your conversations, is that it is a freaking steal, because it is. If you were to compare what you get with Shakeology and the Beachbody On Demand membership, it would be so much more money. Even if you had to pay for every single workout program that's included in Beachbody On Demand, which people had to do back in the day. I was just talking to one of my newer coaches on the phone today, and her family did P90X like couple years ago, and they paid like what the cost of a challenge pack is just for P90X. And they didn't even get Shakeology. They didn't even get the containers, and now you can get all the workout programs. So, expensive is totally relative, and you can't ever decide that something's too expensive for someone unless they actually tell you that it's too expensive for them. All right, so I stopped prejudging, conversations like that a long time ago, and I feel a lot better about it now. And like I said, it doesn't go away. You just get better at it. Like, I get into my head sometimes, just like the rest of us. Sometimes I'll go through my inbox and I'll look through conversations and I'll see them like the first sentence, and I'll just think to myself, oh, they're going to say no, or, oh, they have an objection and I don't feel like handling that right now. I'm going to go back to that message later. And then sooner or later, by the end of the day, I go through all my messages and I'm like, oh, that person totally is interested. I just psyched myself out for no reason. Don't do that, guys. Just put yourself out there. It's like a muscle. Just keep doing the things and you're going to get better at it, okay? I wanted to talk to you about that perspective, though, because it's not our job to decide things for other people. It's our job to put the information out there, to invite people, and to really just meet people where they're at. And that's part of what we do as coaches. Like, your coaching starts when you invite someone. It doesn't start, once they sign up. That's when the work starts, and that's when the journey really truly begins. But your coaching and having them see what kind of value you're going to bring to the table starts from that very first conversation. So really, really put your heart behind it, put your soul behind it, and the sales will happen naturally. All right, that's the main thing that I wanted to talk about. But a couple of the other tips that I have for you guys is to fix your itch first, because, and like I said earlier, if you're not leaning into your journey and if you're not doing the actual things to get results, then you're gonna have a harder time in the business. You have to fix your ish first, okay? It's an ongoing process. But you have to make your mind right. You have to treat your body right before you can help other people do the same thing. And it's an inside job, guys. Like, you can't start off the business and just go dive into the business when you're not fully committed to your fitness goals. You have to be doing both at the same time. Okay, you can absolutely do both at the same time, but you have to have the same level, you have to have that level of commitment, that unwavering commitment to your personal goals first and foremost. You have to put yourself first, all right? Make sure that you're doing those things to get you done every time, because if you don't get done, then the world misses out. You have to do you. It's so, so, so important. You have to work through the madness. Like, that's the method to work through the madness. And I find that when I lean into my journey, when I get super clear and committed, when I recommit to my fitness multiple times a day, guys. I wake up in the morning, I don't want to work out. I don't want to. I want to sit there on the couch and play on Instagram and follow people, because that's what I love doing, and starting new conversations with new people. That's what I like to do in the morning, all right, rather than work out. I have to recommit to my goals first thing in the morning. And then after that, when lunchtime comes around, I want to eat like all this crap, and then I recommit to my goal again. I think about where I want to go. I recommit multiple times a day. It's not just like I wake up one day and fall off track and then recommit. No, it's constant. I always, always, always think about, what am I choosing to do, and what is the long-term benefit, and how is this going to help me reach my true potential? Physically, mentally, emotionally, is it serving my goal? Sometimes I choose to partake in things that don't serve my goal in that moment, and guess what? Guess what? My business doesn't move forward, my body doesn't move forward, my mind doesn't move forward, and that's a one-way ticket to self-sabotage. So you have to catch yourself when you do those little things that maybe aren't putting you on the right track. You have to catch yourself in the moment and be okay with the fact that maybe you fall off track for like an hour, half a day, you ate the brownie, you didn't do your invites that day. Own it, own your ish too. It's okay that you're not perfect all the time, but you have to take it with a grain of salt and work past it, because we're always, always, always going to be in pursuit of, you know, a higher level. That's life. We're never going to get to that one like peak. There's always going to be a higher peak to climb. Okay, even after Mount Everest, dude, there's things that are taller than that. Not like actually taller, but like underwater and like on Mars and the solar system and stuff. So, you know, once you tackle planet Earth, then tackle something else. There's always something bigger out there. So fix your ish first, all right? Sorry, Zoom's yelling at me. Oh, where's my mouse? Whatever. Okay, develop your business mindset. Okay, so once you fix your ish, you have to develop your business mindset. And what I want you guys all to do, if you haven't done this yet, please, 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 I'm gonna post a link to this video. You have to watch it. It's an hour long, called Go for No. Okay, and you may have heard of the book. I think I have it here sitting around someplace. It's called Go for No for Network Marketers. Get the book, but there's a talk by the authors on YouTube. It's totally free. They go through all the concepts in their first book, and it's going to teach you to develop a business mindset around hearing the word no, because we all worry about hearing the word no, but it's not that big of a deal. And you need to fix how you feel when you hear the word no, because if you have a bad relationship with that word, then it's going to be harder for you to engage in those conversations in the first place and overcome objections to, like cost, like we already talked about. So hearing the word no is going to be a really good thing, and developing that mindset around it and all the obstacles that you expect to happen in your business is going to help you prepare for when obstacles do come up, like the word no or things like that. So it's a really great video. It changed the way that I looked at my conversations, the way that my mind was around, you know, hearing things that weren't exactly what I wanted to hear from people. It's gonna happen. We're talking to people all day. Like, that's the role of a coach, is to talk to people. So it's gonna help you a whole lot. So I'm gonna go ahead and post that. Just go ahead and comment what your takeaways are after the video, after the call. And I really want you to like think about your business sense too, because we talk about personal development a lot. That goes along with fixing your ish, okay? The woo-woo, happy, like I'm on a journey figuring out my values and the things that hold me back and my mental blocks. Those are so important, okay? They are so, so, so important, and I encourage you to check in on those all the time. But here's the deal too. Once you fix your immediate-ish, like your mindset, working through limiting beliefs, all these things that I just talked about, you need to move into like more of a business focus in your personal development also, or alternate, because you're a businesswoman, and I don't know about you, but like I've never run a business or a team like this before. I have to learn a whole lot as I go, and you're gonna have to learn a lot too the further you advance along. So understanding, leadership or diving into sales psychology, thinking about goal setting, tactical things like the Compound Effect or the 10X Rule by Grant Cardone. Those types of books are going to help you become a better business owner, an entrepreneur, and just boss. They're going to help you boss up in your life, okay? More so than get in touch with your limiting beliefs, okay? There's a difference between business personal development and actual personal development, and there's a balance between the two that I think are really important. One thing that I'm leaning into, and I'm planning on sharing all the findings with you, is sales tactical development books. So learning about sales psychology, how to better close, how to build rapport and trust with an audience. Those are really big topics that we all have to learn if we're going to be entrepreneurs in the social media space. You're going to have to learn those things eventually. So the sooner you start reading about business, personal development, the better off you're going to be. My business really changed when I started incorporating that into my day-to-day life, more so than just like rereading You Are a Badass or like, little things here and there. I think you should always be moving forward. I don't reread personal development. I don't stay stuck on the same thing. I always move forward to what I think my next level is going to be. So I suggest that you do the same. Make sure you do the personal development every day. 15 minutes is all you need. And then last but not least, you got to execute while you learn, okay? You cannot sit and absorb all the information and not act on it, okay? It's basically like having the secrets of the universe at your fingertips and not doing anything. It doesn't benefit anybody, alrighty? It's about reading a little bit and then acting on it. Learning and acting, trying and assessing. If I were to sit and absorb every training that's ever been made about Instagram, social media, how to successfully be a Beachbody coach, I probably still would be sitting on my butt 3 years later into the business, feeling like I haven't absorbed all the information, because it's always going to be changing. There's always new trainings. There's always new things, okay? So you have to really just, decide on what you want to focus on, little bits and pieces at a time. Make a commitment to act on it every single day, and you're going to move things forward. You can't just absorb everything, though, and not act, because the more information you absorb and the less you act, the more petrified I think people get, because we get into our own heads. We think, well, I learned how to do things this way, but then there was another training that said to do it this way, so now I have to sit and figure out how to put the two together, and I'm going to take the day to plan and like figure out where my mind is, and then tomorrow I'll start doing it. And then tomorrow comes and you're like, oh, but then there's this other thing, and then you got nowhere. You just wasted all your time trying to figure stuff out in your head instead of just like getting to work and figuring out as you go. That's where the magic happens. The magic happens in the mess and in all the madness. You're going to mess up. You're going to have conversations that don't go the way that you'd like. You're going to have people who get mad at you. You're going to turn some people off. You're probably going to get unfriended. You're probably going to get blocked by somebody who isn't ready for positivity and love in their life. And that is okay. The sooner you come to terms with all of the obstacles that are going to happen in your business, the better equipped you're going to be to, tackle those when they come, and the better equipped you're going to be to move on and continue doing you, because that's why you're doing this anyways, to do you and to inspire other people to do themselves in the process. I didn't mean for that to sound sexual. It's kind of where my head's at. You do you, and then help other people do themselves. Sorry guys, I'm like a nutcase right now. Anyways, I mean that in the health and fitness sense, of course, obviously. It's still recording, isn't it? I didn't mean for that to record that. But seriously, that's what I'm getting at. So we have about 10 minutes left. Oh, where's my mouse at? You guys can unmute yourself if you have questions. We have 3 minutes left. Yay, I hope that was helpful. Did that pump you guys up? Kelly is listening while cooking dinner. See? Yeah, absorbing information, multitasking. We can all multitask, dude. Like if you don't have time, if the only time that you have to sit down and concentrate on something is like 10 minutes a day, use that for your business. Okay, use that to send out some messages, make some new connections, you know, make a post, do the daily vital activities. Do that instead of, you know, watch a video, because you can listen at the same time too. So don't be afraid to multitask. On days when like I was working full time and I didn't have time to do my personal development in the morning, I would just put an audiobook on as I drove to work, and that was my PD time. I didn't have the luxury of taking like a half hour to sit down. That was my half hour in the morning, was when I decided to do my daily vitals. Like I would do my business stuff in the morning. So, you know, you own your schedule. There's a million ways to get everything done that you need to. I know you guys can do it. Alrighty, well, if you have any questions, just go ahead and message me, and I'm gonna go. I will talk to you later. I hope you guys have a great night, and take care and continue rocking August. Alrighty, bye.